Most piano players think they know a song, but here's the real test. Can you play it in time, on the first try, under pressure, without making a mistake? If you can't, you don't really know the song. It's the difference between saying, I know how to play Happy Birthday, and playing and saying, oh, here's Happy Birthday. Wait, hold on, I got it. Right? In this video, I'm going to talk about how to hold yourself to a higher standard and how to practice so that you can really know music. You see, the thing is, most people don't practice things up to the level they need to be able to really play it. It's actually pretty easy to, in your bedroom by yourself, have something you want to play, run it a couple times, and by the end of that, be able to play it a decent job of it. But the truth about music is, like, when you're playing music for someone in public, either on a gig or just jamming with friends, performing for friends, you don't really have the chance to like run it up and get it up to speed before you play. Oftentimes in a gig situation, you're just going to show up, set up, and play. Or if you're with friends and there's a piano and they say, hey, play us a song, you're not going to get a chance to say, hold on, everybody leave the room while I warm up for 20 minutes. So a lot of people learn a song where they can just play it, almost barely play it. But then when the pressure comes on, when they're playing in front of other people or in a setting that's different, they screw it up. They're not able to accurately perform it. So I want to give you just a few techniques to help you practice in a way where you really, really learn the songs. The first technique is the play it 10 times, no excuses technique. A lot of people will practice something 3 or 4 times, and maybe on the 4th time in a row, they can get it right. And then they go, I'm good, I know it now. But just like working out, you have to do more reps than you think you need to do. If you've ever had a personal trainer, you'll know. You'll do like 8 reps of the exercise and feel like, holy crap, I'm at my limit. I can't do any more. And they'll push you to do 5, 6, 7, 8 more reps. And you'll go way beyond where you thought you could. When we're practicing piano, we need the same mentality. The thing is, once your mind starts to wander and you feel like you got it, that's when you need to do it 5 more times. So the play it 10 times challenge is as simple and brutal as it sounds. Take something that you think you know and play it 10 times in a row. And if you make a mistake, you have to stop and start over. I'm not kidding. If it's Happy Birthday, you really need to go. One. 2. 3. And on this one, if you mess up on accident, start over. Go back to 1. Here comes number 2, right? I won't do it again and again in this video, but that's the standard that you need to hold yourself to. If you really want to be able to play Happy Birthday when it's someone's birthday, don't you think you should be able to play it 10 times in a row when no one's watching? This applies to songs other than Happy Birthday too, right? It's just an obvious example that everyone knows. So if you want to prove yourself that you really know something, see if you can play it 10 times in a row without making a mistake, and be really brutally honest with yourself. This can be the hardest thing to do because when you're in your bedroom or your basement by yourself, no one's watching. But if you can have that diligence and that awareness and hold yourself to that standard, you're going to be playing the things you're working on much better, much quicker. The second thing to do is take the passage you're working on and do it at a bunch of different tempos. You see, oftentimes we practice things and we kind of get a way of being able to play it. Then we play it that way every time. But if you force yourself to play it fast, medium, and slow at a wide array of tempos, you'll actually understand how it goes, not just like close your eyes and hold your breath and hope your fingers do it, but like really understanding the mechanics of how it works. So with Happy Birthday, maybe you can play it 1, 2. Maybe you can play it right there, but try playing See if you can play it really slow like that. See if you can play it somewhere in the middle. By forcing myself to play it at different tempos, I'm actually exposing myself to the music in new ways and creating new connections of ways to play it. One thing I find with students all the time is they can play something at the tempo that it's supposed to go at, and then when I ask them to play it at half speed, they completely fold. Their fingers don't know where to go. All of a sudden, they can't feel the harmonic rhythm. So play it fast, play it slow, play it medium, put it at different tempos. The third thing to try is play it with some sort of distracted variable in there. Just try and play it and talk while you're playing it. The weather today in Chicago was like roughly 28 degrees, I think. Did I go outside? I can't remember. I went outside to check my car to make sure it wasn't towed, and it was still there. I had some bacon and eggs for breakfast, very yummy. I was making videos for my piano course today. There we go. I'm able to talk about my day, talk about other things while I'm playing it. That's proof I really know it. The bonus distraction to do is try to play it without looking at your hands. It's pretty easy actually to be able to play something when you're going, ooh, I can see all the notes. But to go, now obviously I've played it in F like 100 times in a row, so I'm good, but I'm gonna just prove to you how deeply you can know a song. I'm gonna play it in A flat without looking. Changing keys is an advanced level. However, I just wanted to demonstrate to you how deeply you can know a song. So it's about a transformation of a mindset and holding yourself to a higher standard. Don't practice it until you can kind of play it. Practice it until you can play it so well that you could play it 10 times in a row without making a mistake. You could play it at at many different tempos. You can play it while distracted. You could play it while not looking at your hands. You could play it in all sorts of different mental states and at different speeds. And if you hold yourself to that standard where you don't say you know something till you can play it that well, you're actually going to start to know things a lot better, and it's going to rapidly increase your ability to learn songs. You see, if you know 20 songs in a really shallow sort of way where it's like, oh, I can play that song when I practice it and run it a couple times, versus if you say, there's 2 songs that I know really well. You could wake me up in the middle of the night and tell me to go sit down at the piano and play the song, and I can play it. Even when I'm tired, even when I got woken up in the middle of the night in this weird hypothetical scenario where people break in and force you to play piano. Hold yourself to a much higher standard when you're working on music, and you'll learn music actually much quicker. So try it yourself. Take something you believe you know and see if you can play it 10 times in a row without a mistake. If you can, you'll know it much better than you had if you weren't able to test yourself with that. The pros don't just assume they know a song, but they test themselves. They don't say, oh, I know that. They actually sit down and prove that they can play it before they say they know how to play it. If you want to level up your piano playing faster and learn how you can hold yourself to this higher standard and learn all sorts of techniques and concepts at the piano, click the link in the description to book a one-to-one call with me, and we can talk about how I can help you achieve your piano dreams. Happy practicing!